is looking good. I'm gonna put the KK Slider playlist on shuffle. Oh, that's nice. That's a good KK Slider track to start off with. Okay, wanted to hop right into the line art, but looking at this, I think I need to make a few adjustments, because if I... Well, that is actually more balanced than I thought it would be. That being said, the body does look a little bit too straight if I do it this way. So I'm going to take this entire thing. There's a few edits I want to make, actually, not just this. We're gonna tilt it the other way. Yes? I'm confused. Hang on. I think I'm right. But I also think I need to just stop being a coward and grab this hand as well. I think what I'm trying to do is something like this, where the hip is like more up, right? What if I was just lazy? Maybe I could just fix this half? No, because that doesn't make sense. Well, okay, first things first, I did want to fix the size on the wings, because these are really big. I understand they're like wings and all, so they kind of need to be big to support, like, flight. Because flight is extremely difficult, because of course it is. But these are massive. And they're gonna take up way too much space. Anyways. Let's kind of make those a bit smaller. I did want to make them like kind of big, but like looking at it now, it probably is okay if they're just a bit small. Because, notification from my phone there, so it's good to know that the live stream announcement also went live. Because sometimes when you schedule posts, they just don't do that. Okay, so now that I can see things a little bit more clearly, I want to move this split a little bit more this way, but then she would be showing some of her butt, and I think that would be a little strange. Hello, Marco! Hello. We are here. We are vibing. The balance still looks a little bit off, and I'm trying to figure it out. I think... I don't know how to fix it, and frankly, I'm too lazy to. I have had quite the day at work today, and I don't want to think too hard about it. Anyways, what is there to talk about? How many people were there Monday? Just 3. It was Andrea, her son, whose name I actually still don't know yet. I don't know if I should learn that. And then, Juan, Valorian. Yeah, not a lot of people this time. I think it's gonna start slowing down on Mondays because of the school year. The school year is gonna start again, and that's gonna leave the store with even less people to Dungeons and Dragons with. So I might consider changing, but frankly, I don't really want to, because what's it called? I already work on Saturdays at Carl's Jr. I'm not going to I'm not gonna haul ass over to the game store to play D&D, like, as soon as my shift is done. Like, I'm sorry. I love Dungeons & Dragons, but not that much. And then, yeah. So, we'll see what happens there. If things continue to be slow, it's gonna be a little bit interesting to see how things go forward with that. Like, I'll have to see what Chris wants to do. On a side note anyways, I'm still waiting on a lot of paychecks from the game store. I did make a post about it. I don't need the paychecks right now, but it would be nice to be paid. Chris said, though, he can get me some paychecks on Thursday, which is good, because, man, I think I literally haven't been paid since June, or something like that. So it's like, okay, what is going on? But it's fine, it's fine. We're figuring it out. The biggest reason why I want to get paid, chat, is because, I need to show you guys something. Apparently paychecks are a widespread issue there. I'm not gonna delve into the whole, game theory about it, and I'm using game theory a little bit loosely, because I don't want to say anything on the internet that I might regret. But, yeah, so Chris said he can at least get me some of it on Thursday, which, you know, again, I'm not expecting all of it, but it is just mildly concerning. But I did, the biggest reason why I want my paychecks is because of this. Just had to open Discord for a little bit there. Let me show you. This isn't gonna show my address or anything, right? Yeah, okay, it's not. Look at this. I have been wanting a 5-string bass lately, and I was looking into a few things on Saturday, because apparently alcohol was what it took for me to, like, really start digging into the nitty and gritty of this, and I was probably one more drink away from making a really bad financial decision. But I looked, and there were two that I was looking at. The brands were Ibanez and Schecter, both of which I think are pretty solid, and I really liked both of them that I saw. But then I was like, well, you know what, how about, since I really like the Warning right now, let me see what kind of bass she uses, and, you know, maybe that'll be a good, like, thing for me. And, oh my god, so Spector is the brand, and, I found this in, on eBay. Look at that! Look at how gorgeous that is. Man. And okay, I'm sure the neck is going to be, like, horrendous for me to, like, have in my tiny little hands and everything. But look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. I really want it. The temptation to, shitpost on my socials and be like, guys, you should commission me so I can buy this $700 bass. But I would feel weird doing that considering I can technically afford it. I just would not feel good about it. So, like, my eyes on this one. I want to make the decision soon because this is on eBay, so other people are looking at it. And that's, like, a big thing. So I just want to make sure. And I think Johnny was also able to find some cheaper ones, but sub-train goal. Yeah, not only do we have the 100 follower goal, we have the $700 goal to get the really cool bass. Jessica Dojo Mojo. Hello! Is that you, Jessica? Jessica from Corolo. I almost said it. Actually, unironically, if you guys wanted to dox me, type in pigeoncur on the Google search engine. Like my straight up username, pigeon_cur. And I need to show you guys this, actually. This is, like, crazy. Like, look at... Okay, I think Google thankfully recognizes that I'm streaming right now, and it's a melee from course. Yeah, we'll say it like that. But anyways, so Google's AI stupid result or stupid AI result put a thing. And the reason why, okay, so the reason why I searched it, let me start from the beginning. The reason why I searched up my username was because I got a DM, got sent to my spam, and it was like, hey, I accidentally, like, reported your account for being an imposter when in reality I was trying to report a different account. And it had everything about, like, tickets and everything, and I was like, okay, interesting. I'm not gonna click the ticket, obviously, because, you know, you don't click random links that people send you, especially when you don't know them. But, let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Go back to the Google thing. You don't click on random links that people send you, so I was like, okay, if there's an imposter for my account for whatever reason, there really shouldn't be, because if you're impersonating me, that's a really low bar to set. And it has the AI overview for my thing. Now, last time I did this, it did have somewhere that I was doing the vending thing for the game store, and it just kind of straight up doxed me. I don't know if it can tell that I'm streaming right now, and has thankfully removed any location information, but that did happen, and I was just like, bruh. It's a little weird, but you know, the information here isn't the most egregious thing. This is literally, like, just my Twitter bio anyway, so it's like, oh well, but, weird, strange. I hate AI so much. It's so stupid. Wait, I can see your layers. I'm still figuring the layers part out. The self-dox queen. Hey, I checked this time to make sure it wasn't showing any location stuff. And honestly, I'm, like, fairly certain that my fan base is pretty safe. There's layers. Oh, if you want a tutorial on layers. So basically the way layers work, it's like you're putting something on top of, like, different things. It's like you're making a sandwich, and obviously, if you have your mayonnaise under the bread, you're not gonna be able to see your mayonnaise, right? I don't know what 99% of these controls do. I just know this one makes a new layer. This one merges the layer. We don't want to do that right now. This one duplicates the layer. This one creates a layer folder, which is really useful. When you get, like, big, stupid things. These are blending modes. Very fun to play with, but I'm not gonna be using that right now. And then I don't really remember what the rest of this stuff does, but, it is there. Anyways. But yeah, weird AI overview stuff. I hate it. It feels strange, but once again, it's not the worst, like, information that it could have out there. Like, it just pulls from, like, my Twitter and my Instagram. It's just like, oh, okay. It's not like, at least it's not like giving out, like, my full name. We're using a brush right now. Yeah, so the way Medibang works is that you have, these are your tools, and then these are your brushes right here. So, brush tool, eraser tool, and so on and so forth. And the type of brush that I'm using that I ink all of my digital work with is the Studio, or the just regular pen. I don't use the pen sharp because it forces a taper on both ends. Like, let me show you. So the difference between the Studio pen and the regular pen, I can do that, right? And there's a nice, like, thing here, it tapers off. And if I want to have a taper on both ends, you know, it's a lot of, like, pressure control, right? If I do this pen, it's like automatically, it just kind of, makes it, yeah, like that. It's taking a bit of time to load, but it does that, and I don't need a taper at the end of all of my lines, just whenever I need it, you know? So, no reason, in my opinion, no reason to use that. Just get good at, like, wrist control and pressure control. it just comes with practice. I couldn't tell you how I do it. Anyways, Monday was funny. Monday, it was a beach episode on Monday. The, the one shot was literally titled Obligatory Beach Episode. And, let's see. So for the first part of the one shot, I wanted my players to just go hydrate now. I don't have water on my desk. I'll go get water. I think my brother is gonna be one of two things. He's either gonna be like, oh, that's good, you're drinking water, or it's going to be, I can't believe you need your Twitch chat to remind you to drink water. 1 second, guys. Okay. I avoided talking to the people downstairs. What is going on? Oh, hi, Big Cheese. Let's see. You have to go get water. I did. Hello, Big Cheese. Lovely to have you on the stream again. Nice of you to say hi. This song going pee pee poo poo. Have you never played Animal Crossing, Marco? I'm ashamed. It's a KK Slider from Animal Crossing. He's like in the setting of Animal Crossing, he's like a super popular musician. I'm surprised you don't know. But as for the nope, no Animal Crossing here. For shame. For shame, Marco. That settles it. Next one shot is an Animal Crossing one shot. I'm kidding, mostly. Well, kind of. We'll see. But yeah, I decided I wanted to have the players do like some fun beach activities, you know? It's the obligatory beach episode. Of course, I'm gonna have everyone do some beach things. And then I remember I was writing the one shot trying to figure out like, okay, what are some examples that people do at the beach just in case the players take a bit of time to get the ball rolling. And I sat there and I was like, I have no idea what people do at the beach. I don't go to the beach. When I do go to the beach, I go fishing. Because I'm that kind of person. Then we need an obligatory hot spring event. Spring's over already. That's out of season. I would have done that. The closest thing that we had to like a spring one shot was probably the dragon, the dragon, the Draconic Sanctuary one. I played it a lot around him. Can't believe he forgot. Oh my god, Marco. Animal Crossing crossover event. Imagine. Unironically, there is one Animal Crossing theory, that might work in the setting of D&D. It's a little bit of a dark one, but it would be funny. Anyways, the next one shot... Actually, no, you might play in that one. I'm gonna stop talking about it. Let's see. What else has been new lately? Oh, yeah. I need to show you guys some stuff. Obligatory scary stuff in October. I want horror. And horror you shall get. However, I can't promise that the horror is going to be like traditional ghost horror. I was talking about it with Luis and Albert yesterday. Um, it might end up being about terrorism, because everything I do always somehow leads back to terrorism. Let me. But I have like a bunch of things that I want to talk about, because it sucks having to cancel the stream on Thursday, because then so many things happen, and I gotta cram it all into 3 hours here, and that's a little bit tough, you know, with my brain and its inability to stay on one subject at a time. Anyways, so here's something that I wanted to show off on stream. Carl's Jr., we had to put up these flyers for fraudulent coupons, believe it or not. So this is one of them. I confiscated this from a customer today. Now we do offer, like, if you turn one of these in, you can get a buy one get one for $1 Western as a deal instead, because, you know, we can't give out the free burger that's on this. And there's a couple of interesting things here to note. Whenever we get a coupon, we're supposed to, there's supposed to be a code so we can put it into the system. Like, we can't just be giving out burgers for free. Lo and behold, there is no code to put in on this one. But that is indeed the famous star with cheese. Interesting, right? And then there was, I got, on Sunday, so that was today. Sunday was the first time I had run into these false coupons. I'm gonna check this. Yeah, so this isn't going to dox my location at all, thankfully, but, on Sunday, this is what I got to see on Sunday. Somebody turned these in. So we'll look at this one first. Once again, it's the same as the first one I showed off just now. There's no code, which means we have no way of putting it into the system. And, it is the right burger, but once again, if we can't put it into the system, we can't really, like, take it. And again, we don't just give out burgers for free. Now this one is interesting. This one is really interesting. Free Western bacon, right? And let's remember what the Western bacon looks like. It's this burger right here. Free Western bacon, has a code, valid through, this is an interesting date, June 30th, 2026. And let's look at the burger here, right? I'm fairly certain this is AI generated, like, and the one that, like, really, like, puts me on, like, the trail here is specifically the way the cheese comes down into another corner when it really shouldn't. Like, if cheese is square, there's already 2 corners here. This should not be happening. This is way too much bacon, and this, once again, this isn't even the Western Bacon Cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. This isn't even something on the menu. And, my left channel is completely... Okay, it was just because the earbud was not... Cheese? Yeah, cheese. We're talking about you. Yeah, but here's the really interesting part now. This code, I put this into the computer, right? Right? And it works. If these are fraudulent coupons, why does it work? You know? But at the same time, according to the poster, we can't take these. So store policy, I'm like, sorry sir, I can't accept this coupon because this is one of the fraudulent coupons we're keeping an eye out for. And it's like, what the heck? You know? And here's the craziest part. The gentleman that I was helping got these coupons from a different Carl's Jr. unit. And it's like, what is going on? I don't know I don't know, but I will say, one of my coworkers has a conspiracy, right? We offer a thing with the coupons, right? If you turn the coupon in, or if you try to redeem it and then, like, you turn the coupon in, you can instead get a buy one get one for $1 single Western. That's still a deal, you know? But then, like, my coworker's theory is, what if they just sent out these fake coupons without any, like, codes on it, to try and get people to go to the store, and then when we turned the thing in, or when they turned the thing in, it's like, oh, sorry, you can't actually, like, you can't actually redeem this because it's a fake coupon, but you can, get a buy one, get one for $1 Western. And I'm like, there's no way they would do that, right? There's no way, because I feel like that has to get them in trouble. Like that's really gotta get them in trouble, right? Like the false shady advertisement. That's incredibly shady. But at the same time, um, it's a corporation. I wouldn't put it past corporations to be, a little evil, very evil, obscenely evil like that. Um, and I just think it's strange. I just think it's. I have so many ideas for drawings, but I don't have enough motivation. Oh man, yeah. I won't lie. I haven't been feeling super motivated to draw lately. Obviously I have still been putting out art every day. Um, but I feel like lately I'm just like not super into digital art. One second, I'm gonna turn the AC on. It's getting warm. It's getting real warm here. There real quick. There it is. Anyways, I just haven't really been feeling it lately. Like, I think it's mostly the sketching process that I'm still, like, incredibly annoyed with. Like, I don't like the sketching process at all, but I need to sketch in order to draw. Um, so it's a little annoying. Um, but yeah, part of me kind of feels like I want to slow down on art. And it's not even, like, for any reasons, like, oh, like, any of the usual reasons, like, oh, my wrist has been hurting, I carpaled my tunnel again. No, it's, like, literally, like, I'm a little, like, sick of it, and lately I just really want to play bass. Like, because that's what I've been enjoying lately. Like, for, I think a week, I was playing, like, every day for, like, 30 minutes, just straight. I'm learning a new song and everything, too. But also lately, it's been taking a little bit of a toll on my hand. Johnny is suspecting that I must be using improper technique, but again, my hand is small, and to reach around, I do have to, like, do some things a little bit differently. But it does not feel good right now, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, it happens. I would just say, take it easy on art. It's not the biggest it's not the most important thing in the world. Even for me when I do this, like, every day. I will say, I was drawing earlier today because I wanted to work on this. We had that art raffle a bit ago. Finally got around to finishing Shunky's prize. Look at that. I like how this came out a lot. I hope he likes it. Because I think it's very moody. It's very tense. It's very awkward. And I like the lighting a lot. I'm very proud of this one. I hope he likes it. So that's gonna go live tomorrow. Yeah. No, yeah, my art, like, even though the motivation for art just has not exactly been there, I do still be popping off. Which, I'm always excited for, but it's just like, man, I'm so, like, with art right now. Not exactly a good thing, too, considering my commissions are open. Speaking of, do I make a stupid, like, commission post, like, hello, I'm not in desperate need of money right now, but I really want to buy this bass guitar. I shouldn't do that. That would be so... I feel like that would be wrong. But it would be kind of funny. It's such a pretty bass, right? Like, right now, my favorite color is red. I've really been enjoying that. And, so, obviously, I kind of want a red bass. I have a red bass right now, but I want I want a 5-string. And this is just so nice. Like, it's so expensive. I really should find a cheaper one. I don't know. Then when I see one of my friends again, I'll probably ask them and be like, hey, what you think about this? Because I know, like, they're kind of into guitar too. I don't know if they play often. Um, but probably also just good to get their opinion. Speaking of songs to learn, um, I still gotta make sure I get like enough songs for like the 100 follower special, because what's it called? I don't I don't think I can do a full hour thinking about it now. I could probably do something like 30 or 40 minutes of playing ish, but that would still mean I have a lot of songs to like um to learn. Um because right now, how many can I play all the way through? There's 2 MCR songs, 2 Happy Fit songs, 2 Arctic Monkey songs, so that's 6 already. I'm working on learning something from The Offspring. I honestly might even just change that song for now because the runs are really hard. Um, like, like, well, not really hard, but they're like kind of awkward to play because the song is fast. Um, or like it's a faster tempo. Just see, that's oh boy, what's happening here? I see what's happening here. I didn't push this. I didn't have this go right to where I need it to. It needs to be coming from up here. And then we'll have that. That way, this looks infinitely more natural, I think. Yeah. There we go. But it's gonna be, like, a whole thing. What are... So let's see. I have 6 songs that I can play. I'm learning one right now, and I think with enough time I can get it. There's one Eagles song that I think I can play all the way through without any problem. The other thing that I'm gonna need to do, though, for the stream, because, basically what it is, we're gonna have the backing tracks, so you guys know what songs I'm playing first of all, and so it's not like a super empty, thing, because bass is just an instrument that you can't really have on its own, is all. And, so the way we're gonna get around copyright is that there is a way to do it so that the Twitch VOD doesn't record the music, right? But that means when the VOD goes up, it's just gonna be me with the bass by itself. So what I want to do, I want to see if I can, like, not screen record, but, like, have a recording on the side, and then we'll upload that recording to YouTube as an unlisted link, and we'll just have the copyright claims there, because, you know, it'll be, like, a lot different from having it on, like, my Twitch channel, because if it's the Twitch channel that finds the copyright, I get a strike, not a claim, which is unfortunate. Alright, and then I'm gonna take a break from the body real quick. I'm gonna do these antennae. Today at work, it was really slow in the morning, and, my coworkers, were low-key going a little bit insane. So, we have our frozen strawberry lemonade, right? And, what's it called? We make it with, like, the strawberry syrup. It's the same syrup we use for the regular strawberry lemonade, and we use the same syrup that we use for our strawberry shakes. And I've made this stupid frozen lemonade, like, twice now, so I don't know the recipe like the back of my hand, but I know, like, more or less what goes in there, right? So, my friend, they're like telling me, so yeah, so like the lemonade might be like a little bit of a Frankenstein right now. I'm like, what do you mean by that, right? And they go, like, oh, well, like, we couldn't find the strawberry sugar crystals to put in the thing, like how we have for the blue raspberry. So we kind of just went like, hang on. There's no strawberry sugar crystals. We use the strawberry syrup. And I'm like, no, it's always been the strawberry crystals. I'm like, no, it hasn't. And we're like, okay, let's go look at the booklet. We go look at the booklet. It's strawberry syrup, like I said. And we're just looking at it like, why? And we're just looking at it and look to them and I'm like, just like, how? How did you guys forget? I'm gonna blame it at having to wake up at 3:45 in the morning. I'm like, oh wow. Oh boy. As one of the sweet, sweet kitchen ladies would say. Oh, pobrecito. But yeah. There's a whole thing. And then, today, I'm like doing the usual kitchen or frontline things. Cleaning things, stocking things, trying to look busy so, the stalkers and the cameras don't be like, hey, well, you're not working, you're on the clock. And, what's it called? I go over, I forget what I was going to do. I think it was either I was going to put more cups or I was going to put more lids or something. I walk over to the drive-thru window where the beverage station is and I look on the little counter there and I scream because I thought I saw this massive spider on the thing. I was like, ah! Right? And, or it was a very high-pitched scream. I'm not going to do that right now because, like, I feel like other people will hear it in the house and they'll be like, Kyra, what's wrong? But that happened and, I go into the heads and I'm like, guys, there's a big cricket by the drive-thru window. And they're just like, what was that you screaming? I'm like, yes. And my coworker just goes, I thought, like, that was you? I thought someone had just stepped on a puppy or something. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. This cricket is so huge. I don't know how it got in there, but it was a big cricket. I really thought it was a spider when I saw it. I didn't kill it, because it kind of fell on the floor and then crawled away. And I was still, like, reeling from all of that. I feel like all of this is, like, a little bit incriminating to say about, the fast food establishment that I work at. But it's okay. It's not like we're letting the bugs in or, like, anything. What it is, mostly, is, what's it called? We feel a little bit bad for the bugs that are, like, roasting on the sidewalk, and I do quite literally mean roasting. Like, it's like they're on a frying pan when they're out there. And, you know, they're not doing any harm just being in the dine. Sure, it's breaking a little bit of food safety, but, you know, the bugs appreciate it. And, you know, like, it's really as long as they're not in the kitchen. And they're not in the kitchen. I never see the bugs in the kitchen. Anyway, 6 viewers. Hello! I'm so sorry you guys had to come in while I was talking about letting bugs into the fast food restaurant there. Don't worry, we commit even more crimes regularly on Twitch. But yeah. What else happened today? It was like, again, it was just super slow in the morning. My coworker, they're going on their half, right? We ended up sending, the person in charge and this person on their half, because both of them were about to get a break violation. And we weren't sure if we needed to send anyone just yet, because there could have been a rush. So it was just like, okay, well, let's just do this real quick, right? And I'll just man the front by myself if there's, like, anything wrong, right? So they were like, okay, I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven, you want anything? And I'm like listening, right? Like, sure. Who wouldn't want their buddy to buy them 7-Eleven? And then they just go, no caffeine, and I'm just like, are you serious? Because I promised Johnny I would slow down on caffeine a little bit, because it was like I was drinking, like, a can of, like, a coffee energy drink type of thing, like, every day before work, and then during work, and then, like, I also like tea, and apparently tea has caffeine in it, which is still surprising to me. Right? I'm like, okay, no, you don't have to get me anything then, right? It's probably gonna say no regardless. And this cut to about I don't even know how many. So much caffeine, dude. I love caffeine. I get absolutely no benefits from it. I couldn't tell you why exactly. I remain undiagnosed, and I'm in too deep not knowing to start knowing now. Um, and I don't think my parents want to pay for that. I don't think insurance wants to pay for that either. And, but yeah, it just really doesn't do a lot for me realistically. On some occasions it might keep me awake, but like most of the time it effectively does nothing. Occasionally it'll make me sleepier, and then on rare occasions it'll actually like keep me up. Um, but yeah, so once again, promise to slow down on that. That did not last very long though, because cut to a few hours later, and me, my manager, and one other cook had probably one of the worst rushes of our lives. Like, the lunch rush started at a little bit past 12. I'm used to it starting around noon and everything, because that's usually how it goes. And then, lo and behold, the rush kept going. In fact, I had to take my half around 12:30, because we called some people in late, right? So it's like, okay, well, we'll just send me on the half early, so that way I'm here for stuff before it potentially gets busy. That did not work. It was bad today. It was so many cars, and the rush effectively lasted for like two and a half hours. So it's like almost 2:30 already. And I'm just there like, I'm gonna make an iced coffee, Irma. Do you want one? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, what flavor? I downed that iced coffee in like less than 10 minutes. Like, it was so gone. Definitely needed it though. Didn't get any benefits from it, of course, because of course my brain works like that. But it was tasty. Man. I should slow down. I'm trying to. I should probably just slow down on sugar in general. And drink some water. Water is good. But yeah, that was today, and it was bad, and it just kind of kept going. But apparently by dinner it had like slowed down significantly, and I'm like, because Johnny came in after my shift, effectively, and he was there till about 8 or so, and man, it's just like, he's so lucky he didn't have to go through that. That was one of the worst rushes I think I have ever had the misfortune of working. We probably could have afforded to call in more. No, I don't think so, actually. I don't know how exactly labor works. I feel like even if we had sent people in the morning, like, if we had sent people home early, it wouldn't matter, because, like, sales were still really, really bad in the morning. And if we call people in to deal with that rush, it's still effectively, like, the same thing, because they'll have to work, like, at least 2 hours. And then it's a whole thing. I don't know. I don't know anything about running a business, I say, as a small... Well, I'm not really a small business owner. It's more like I am an artist, and I like to pretend that I am a business. Speaking of, I gotta get Biba those stickers. I'm gonna set aside a set of the D&D stickers for him. I'm gonna figure it out. I think I can send invoices on the Square app too, which is actually super useful. But I think, because I think the nice thing about the Square invoices, they don't charge, like a convenience fee. Like, the way PayPal does it is, like, kind of annoying, because it's like, okay, you want to use the PayPal invoice service and do, like, your little, like, business thing, whatever. Okay, and then we're gonna take, like, a small sum of the money, though, and I'm like, I mean, fair, but I'm still annoyed, right? Like, it's still annoying at the end of the day. I think Square... all of the money that I make is very much my money, and they don't charge for that. I think the way they make their money is that they're like, if you want to take your business to like an even more professional level, they do offer a premium service, because everything has premium these days, and And I think that's probably how they make their money. But you know what? Fair. As long as my revenue gets to be my revenue, I'm happy. Also, I hope I have not made enough selling art to like write it on my taxes yet. I don't know how to deal with that. On one hand, it's like, yeah, I want to make tons of money from commissions. On the other hand, it's, I don't know how to do my taxes. And I'm a little scared, having to deal with that. I feel like the IRS is probably going to be very mad at me come around the beginning of next year. But we'll see, I guess. Let's see, what time is it? It's 10:45. Okay. I mean, this shouldn't be too hard. The flower fairies in particular, I think, just have to have very simple designs, because they are... I'm drawing them for the sake of them being stickers, you know? So... It's like... It's really hard to fit small details inside of stickers because it's such a tiny, tiny, tiny space. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. I gotta keep these simple, so... we're making a lot of good progress, for that reason. Okay. What else is there to talk about? I should talk about the booth on Thursday. I didn't talk about that. Sold a bunch of stickers and I made $11 total. I swear, people will get like the discount, right? And I'll get the change ready and they're just like, nah, keep it. And I'm like, you rolled the nat 20, brother. Take the discount. And they're like, nah, keep the change. And like it happened twice and I was just like, okay, sure. I shouldn't argue with that. I should make money. It's all still cash in my wallet. I was considering, oh yeah, I should like put this into the bank already, huh? Then I thought about it and I was like, no, this is my register. I need to have change in here for when I actually have to give out change. And it was really funny. My friend who was sitting there with me at the booth was like, do you want like a 20 then like to exchange? I'm like, no, it's smarter if I keep the ones in there at the end of the day. It is my wallet is unfortunately very thick though. I might need to deposit some of it, but I don't think the ATM is going to be very amused with me shoving a bunch of $1 bills inside of it. Just like, yeah, I'm here to make a deposit. Okay, well, how much are you depositing? Well, it's a bunch of ones, but because it's ones, it's really just like $10. I feel like the bank would be just like annoyed with my shenanigans. You know what? She's showing a little bit of booty anyways. Maybe I should just... it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Anyways, yeah. There was this one lady, so sweet. She works in the medical field. I forgot what she does exactly. I just know she works somewhere in medicine. She saw the anatomy study stickers, bought one of each of them. So I sold like 6 stickers to her. She was so happy. I hope her and her co-workers enjoyed them because they're very, I do think the stickers are very funny, just the way they look, the like how grungy, the style is, but then like the stupid joke in the, and again the grungy text on top. It reminds me of the, I don't know if you, like the, have you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen this meme before. Skeleton meme. There's just like so many of these. This was the vibe I was going for with the anatomy sticker thing. It's the, why are these all shirts? It's like, this is exactly the aesthetic I was going for. There's a different version of this one with this image, and it says, alcoholics don't run in my family, they drive. It's so good. I love these memes so much. I don't know what, like, my tummy hurts, but I'm being really brave about it. See, this is what I want my art style to be like. Is this AI generated? I just realized. How many fingers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This might be a smidge AI gen. I swear this one wasn't, though. Like, I swear I've seen this skeleton art, like, pre-2022 when the generative stuff was coming out. Maybe I'm just stupid right now. Or maybe the skeleton is meant to have 6 fingers. Edgy skeleton memes are so funny. I should probably be careful though, there's probably gonna be some inappropriate stuff that's gonna get my channel thing. No, I will not elaborate because I have no idea what the fuck I said. I'm so manly, even my balls have malls. Oh shit, I think those are tumors. Oh, I'm gonna get pulled into the rabbit hole. I'm scared of the dark. Oh, there it is! Wait, no. Go back to this. Drinking doesn't run in the family, it drives. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. But yeah, no, these memes are hilarious. I think I need to make a channel point redeem, like, Kerr, get back to the art. You need to focus. You're on a schedule here. To describe the way my brain is sometimes, just, again, I never got a diagnosis, so I'm not, the autism we're all confident in, but, the way my brain still works is like, it's like I have to keep it on a stupid leash. Like, you know those children's, like, leashes? It'll be like little backpacks and they have like a thing attached to it so the kid doesn't like wander away. It's like that. It's like that. It's like I have to have that stupid... I have to have my brain on a leash at all times. Otherwise, I will just straight up, like, forget what I was doing. I have to explain, like, this one instance, this one particular instance, because it was pretty bad. Like, that was really a day where I was, like, struggling to focus on, like, remembering to do this one thing. It's easy for me to hyperfixate on stuff that I'm, like, interested in and passionate about, right? I'll always remember to do art. I'll always remember to play bass and everything, right? Unfortunately, responsibilities such as cleaning and chores does not fall into one of those categories. And this one time, Clive accidentally spilled some soda in the house, so, you know, we get a mop, and we clean it up really quick, dump the mop bucket and everything. And I had gone downstairs, I think, because I still needed to clean the mop bucket out, I think. And I needed gloves. I needed latex gloves for whatever reason. As I'm going down the stairs, it's like, okay, I need gloves, I need gloves, I need gloves. As soon as I reach the bottom of the stairs, as soon, like, as my foot touches the tile, it's like, oh, my computer is there, I should go work on art. And then the other sensible part of my brain is like, nope, 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 get over here. You need gloves because you need to go do that thing. And I'm like, shit, that's right. Gloves, because I need to... Fuck, what did I need the gloves for? It's like to clean this, and I'm like, right, to clean something. It's like that. It's like that sometimes. There are like really good days, and then there's really bad days, and I don't know what makes the difference there, but that is my brain half the time. The other half of the time it does function relatively normally. It's bad. I have many undiagnosed tisms. You and me both, Jessica. I'm, like, again, I don't know how to describe it other than, like, sometimes it's really good, and then sometimes it's just really, really hilariously bad. I'll wear the autism claim, or autism allegations on my chest like a badge, right? I get it. I most definitely probably do have the tism. ADHD, though, debatable. because there is a lot of comorbidities between autism and ADHD, and I understand that. Unfortunately for me, even if I don't have it, it seems like I have enough shared symptoms to warrant this behavior, which is kind of frustrating. I don't know if I have both. I'll probably never find out. But it is what it is. And that is okay. Because somehow, some way, somehow, I still function. Oh yeah. And then on Thursday, oh my god, the ruthless teasing that I endured sitting at that booth with my friend, right? So how did this start? We're talking about we're talking about the dice that we have on display, right? Like the little mimic dice box that comes with 35 dice, so like 7 sets, no, 5 sets of 7. And it's a mimics are cool. And then it's also like the liquid core dice set that we had on display there, because I would love a liquid core dice set one day. It's just like they're kind of pricey, and also this one looked resin casted, and also it's officially licensed by Wizards of the Coast, WotC there, and it was like, I can technically afford it, like both of those things, right, but I just would not feel good about it. So we got into the subject of what my budget looked like. Oh my god. Having to explain that, like, we kind of spend, like, a lot of fast food, because I gotta pay for, like, both, like, me and my 2 brothers, so I gotta pay lunch for 3 people, usually, sometimes lunch and dinner, and generally, me and Johnny, we do try to take turns on who pays for food, whenever. However, once again, neither of us Johnny's not particularly known for spectacular memory, and somehow, apparently neither am I, in some cases. And also, Johnny also needs to save, because, between a lot of stuff, it's also been a little bit rough financially for him. So, I've been taking, like, a lot of it, because I have a lot of hours at Carl's Jr., and everything, so it's like, yeah, I don't mind having to pay for food more often, right? But at the same time, like I expressed, like, it'd be nice if I could actually, like, find more time in the day to cook. And then they were just like, okay, well, what else do you do in the day besides work and the game store and streaming? And I was just like, art. And then I also want to clean the house, because we wanted to put a studio. And also, we thought it'd be a good idea to just, like, clean it, because maybe we could convince our parents to finally fix the AC. And then they were like, wait, so you're telling me that AC's been, like, broken since, like, 2019, and you guys still haven't gotten the money for it? Or, like, set aside money for it? And I'm like, glancing to the side, just like, yeah, that is interesting, huh? I didn't realize it had been so long. And then somehow it gets worse, and then at some point it's like, okay, did you even eat today? And I'm like, did you even eat before we came here? And I'm like, I had leftovers. It's like, no! I'm getting, like, relentlessly scolded and teased. And then it gets worse. Somehow I just keep incriminating myself even further. Before the event started, my friends got there, a gentleman from one of the other booths stopped by to give me some free candy. And I was like, oh, thank you, right? How much do I owe you? He said, nothing, it's free. It's probably as a payment because last week he and his son he brought his son to the little D&D workshop, and he insisted that he pays for it, and then I told him, no, you really don't have to pay for it, because the workshop is supposed to be free, right? Like, if you're just here for the workshop, it's the one shot that we pay for, right? So I think it was payment for that. So Doug from the store and my friend were all talking, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, and I got, like, this candy from, like, a random guy. Should not have phrased it like that, because, it's, the way that sounds to people on the outside is, oh yeah, a stranger walked up to Kyra and gave her some candy for free, and she just took it. Like, okay, it wasn't a random guy, his booth is literally right there, I kind of know him. it just kept going. It was pretty funny though. But yeah, when I dropped off my friend at their house, they were just like, Kyra, do me a favor, drink water, and eat some food. And I was like, I will. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize taking candy from the booth that is literally selling candy right next to us is a crime. Also, this needs to go in more, I think. It's like trumpet shaped, so it's gotta be like a funnel. But yeah, that was a whole thing that was happening throughout the entire thing. I really liked the band that was up there though. They're called Flashback Heart Attack. They just covered so many 80s rock. I was having so much fun. I was like, this is the jam. This is the vibe. And I'm excited because this week it's gonna be like actual like rock and roll, and I'm like, let's fucking go, because this is the music I grew up with. This is the music my dad was having on blast. The 80s rock and the rock and roll really. I can't wait. I can't wait for Thursday. I hope stream doesn't get canceled on Thursday too. I swear to God, if my manager just be like, Kyra, can you come in? Like no, I can't. I have an obligation that I set every Thursday, and I know I've been saying yes, but still. But assuming schedules get put back the way that they're usually being, which is like 10 to 5 with me on Thursdays, the stream will probably return back to normal too. So Tuesdays today will probably be back in the morning, and then Thursdays at night. We'll see how that goes, and if it doesn't go, I don't know what else to do there. Johnny thinks I might not even get my Thursdays back, because they're pretty covered. Like, my friend goes in for a bit, and then, because they've essentially taken what my usual shift is, right? And then it's like basically covered. They don't need me on Thursdays anymore. We'll see. School is starting again, and I'm shaking in my boots. I hate the school rushes so much. I'm not looking forward to them. I'm so happy. Assuming I don't get called in on Thursday, I'm gonna be so happy to just like to miss out, because that's the first day that school's gonna be back in session. I'm like, thank God I don't have to see any of the children. I hate kids. I really do hate kids. It'd be nice if I liked them more, but I don't. There were these two annoying girls today in the dine. I feel bad talking about children like this. I just can't help it. They kept yelling at their mom or their grandma, was one of those. And they're like, we want this, we want the cake, and we want the cookie, and we want ketchup, and the mom's like trying to order, like, I know, just wait. It was so annoying. Like, I almost wanted to tell them, like, oh ma'am, you shouldn't be apologizing to me, they should be apologizing to me, and you even. Like, absolutely no manners, absolutely, like, just kind of a lack of discipline too. But you know, I'm not gonna tell people how to parent their kid. That'd be an overstep on my part. That flower is not actually looking the way it's supposed to be. Why don't I draw the other ones? Oh, it's because this is supposed to come out. I'm stupid. This is what happens when you have a 2.5-hour long rush at work with only 3 people on the floor. Like, 2 or 3 o'clock came around. We finally got a second cook, and it was like, thank God. And then I was stuck at work for like an extra 30 minutes because my dad was like, Kyra, don't leave yet. I'm gonna go there with Johnny's car. and I'm gonna fix the trunk on that one person's on your manager's car, and then you're gonna take me home. And I'm like, okay, Dad, okay, I'll just come here. It's not like I had any plans after work. Because my plan was, because I was only supposed to be 9 to 4 today. I got off at like past 4:30. And my plan was to finish Shunky's art raffle prize and then have some time to like relax, right? Well, I cut it like super close because I ended up like starting like super late because I got home like a lot later than I anticipated. And I understand it's not like the biggest deal in the world, but it was still like, well, I want to make sure that I get as much done on the ferry as possible because I don't think I'm gonna be able to what's it called? Man, all the wings on this ferry are so different. I need to lock in. I'm going insane, everyone. Yeah, I'm just trying not to have like a sketch posted on Friday. I want it to be like a full piece. I don't think that's gonna happen this week. It's okay. What I'll probably like finish the sketch that I'm working on. I'll post that on Thursday, and I'll have this finished by then too, or by Friday, so that way the week ends with something kind of nice. Not that my sketches aren't nice, but it's just, I don't know. I have standards, self-imposed standards and deadlines. Sorry, my favorite word to use for that actually is self-inflicted. Anyways. I don't like how this looks. It's like all of these wings are like shaped a certain way, except this one. How did I mess up so badly? Hang on, I'm gonna fix this. And I'm gonna take the lazy way out. If you ever hear anyone say that, like, oh, artists aren't, like, lazy, like, in, like, the whole, like, AI art defense kind of, god fucking damn it, hang on. I didn't actually erase it, I colored over it. Artists are incredibly lazy. I'm gonna use the cheap way. I don't want to make more work for myself. Okay. I'm just gonna take this. Copy paste. Flip that around. Do something like that. You'll never know unless you watch the VOD. Then, in which case, it'll be like, oh my god, Kerr, you're cheating! And I'm like, I know. No, artists do this all the time. It's just, it saves time. I'm like losing my mind over trying to get the petals to look like similar to each other. I don't need it to be perfectly symmetrical, because I don't want it to look perfectly symmetrical, but, they should at least all have, like, look similar enough, you know? Alright, so let's get on with, color. It's an orange trumpet fairy, I think. What color do I want the skin? So the actual plant itself is called an orange trumpet creeper. I'm not gonna lie, I think they might be a little, they might be a smidge invasive, or at least whenever they grow pretty aggressively. But they're super pretty, so, you know, she can do that. I'm trying to see, because I want to color pick off of what the flower looks like. I won't color pick exactly, but I'm gonna, like, stare at it. I feel like a bright orange for the skin. Okay, because the wings are gonna be like the flower petals, right? So, I don't want to, make the skin orange. That kind of just leaves me with like pink, red, and yellow. And I already made the previous fairy pink. So I don't exactly want to do that. And then um, red and yellow aren't exactly appealing skin tones. I guess yellow will be fine. Yeah, we'll go with like a sort of like golden yellow kind of look, and then maybe red hair, and then orange wings. I think that'll look pretty. But I just need to execute it like properly is the one thing. I don't want it to be super bright, so we're just going to. What's the other? I guess it should be like pretty bright. Oh, she has lipstick too. Make that one like red. To be the best color to pair with this, I think. Just even that out. It's bothering me a little bit. I still have yet to do more, like, anatomy study stuff. I kind of have to do it again because I have this really cool idea for an ink piece, so I think I might draw some skulls and some tongues. It might be a little gross, but it's okay. You know, I used to get, like, update messages from Medibang, and it's like, new update available, please upgrade to the newest version. But I haven't gotten one of those in a while, and I know the thing still gets updates, because, this feature right here is new, this feature right here is new. It's kind of all I remember for, like, new things is the thing, right? And, it's kind of been a while since I got new features. I'm not really sure what new versions of Medibang have. I never see any, like, change logs or anything. And again, I don't really get update notifications anymore for it either, so I don't actually know what's going on there. But you know what? It works out. Because, what was it? There was a time where it started to get really annoying having to do the updates because I would get this error message like, Microsoft, you need to re-download Microsoft C++ redistributable, otherwise we cannot install this update, and then I will install it. And it's like, you already have this, you need to upgrade to the newest version of Microsoft redistributable, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go insane, I'm just gonna stop updating Medibang. It seems like they fixed that. It seems like the updates seem to roll, like, fairly automatically, but I'm not too sure. Ooh, I wonder what color I'll make the dress. That's something I haven't considered yet. Let's see. Let me look at the plant again. There's really not a lot of shades for me to choose from here. Like they would all be kind of similar to each other. So I gotta choose the eye color too. I don't know. I'm so... Might be going a little insane tonight, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with something like this. She might look a little bit like Ronald McDonald, but that's okay. Just fill that hairline in. Oh yeah, on Saturday, it was my uncle's birthday, so we went to go see my cousins. I tried to get messed up. I'm not good at drinking. Probably a good thing, all things considered, but, I'm not particularly good at it. My goal this time was to get messed up, so I tried to, like, speedrun some rum and a seltzer, and then at a certain point the alcohol started tasting really disgusting to me, and I was like, I cannot drink anymore of this. This actually sucks so much. Like, oh, I forgot her eyelids. Oh my god. yeah, that did not last. But for at least this time I didn't get an anxiety attack out of it. It was actually a decent buzz. Speed run rum? Or speed run? Yeah. Like, I poured a bunch of rum into a cup. And I don't really like drinking straight rum, I like mixing it with stuff, but rum is like already like a very sweet alcohol that pairs with a lot of sweet things, so I just poured a bunch of Coke. I poured way too much rum, and I could taste too much of it. So I slowed down on that. And then I had a seltzer that I was working on. It's kind of like sparkling water. You couldn't really taste the alcohol, but after a little bit, it was like, okay, this is disgusting. I don't really want to drink anymore. Yeah, I like rum. Did not feel like doing any shots, because shots are also disgusting. And in the same way that I drink caffeine for the taste, I also drink alcohol for the taste. Hence why I like cocktails usually, but lo and behold, there were no cocktails to be had. Also, this eyelash is not... It's not right. I think I have to do something with them, and I just erase this. Have it curl a little bit more. And then let's see. It's been an hour talking about drinking drink water. Okay, so pushy about it. See, what color do I want to do for the eyes? I think I did orange eyes last time, so I don't really want to do that. But it wouldn't make sense for me. Because, okay, there's like 3 colors on this flower, right? It's orange, yellow, and red. So I don't have a lot of room. I could just do a different shade of red, I guess. So we'll go here. Skew it a little bit more on the pink side and make it kind of like this. That way it's a little bit less noticeable. That it's... like, it's still kind of pink, but it's still pretty red at the end of the day, too. Fill that in. And then... let's do the lips real quick. I want her to have, like, these sort of deep red lips. I might just use the same red here. There's a thing about color theory where you kind of want to avoid colors of similar intensity, which is a whole thing about like how dark it is versus how light it is. You kind of want to avoid that. It's more important for when it's like different colors, right? So if it's like a red and a yellow of like similar intensity, it's like, okay, well, it's not going to look right in grayscale, which means something is going to be a little bit off. Generally, if I notice that I'm using 2 colors and they're like of similar intensity, but like they're also kind of the same color too, I'll just like use it again, because, you know, why not? YouTube is yelling at me like, are you still watching the video? It's a music playlist, YouTube. What is there to watch? Hey Jessica, need a reminder too, she was lost watching you draw Lamel. Bisaya, oh shit, have I learned anything new? I think I've said dog and cat before. Let's talk colors. Let's talk colors. I don't know how much I remember, but we'll see. We'll learn together. So, let's start with red, my favorite color. Bowa. Bowa is red. Puti is white. In fact, I remember puti is white because vinegar. The vinegar that we use, the brand is called Datu Puti. I think Datu might be, it might be vinegar in Tagalog, I don't know. I just know that vinegar in Bisaya is suka. And Datu is very different from suka, but puti is white. Verde, like the Spanish word for green, but with a B instead. Verde, For green, I remember more. I don't actually know blue. I know a lot of words are very similar. So there is red, green, and white in Bisaya. Boa, verde, and puti. I don't remember blue. I might not have ever learned it. I think yellow, actually, we just pronounce it like yilo. Yilo. Something like that. I don't know for sure. You guys got a freebie with the vinegar there. Suka. Not to be confused with suka. So, suka. Like, it's staccato, right? Suka. Suka. Longer. Little, like you hold on to the vowel a little bit longer there. That one is vomit in Bisaya. They're very similar, but it's very important. One is suka, that's the vomit, and the other one is suka, vinegar. Suka good, suka bad. And that is your lesson for today. I feel like KK Slider just like died on the inside listening to me do that. Turn up the volume there a little. Oh my god, why is this one so quiet? We'll just live with it. Anyways, I wish I could do the Filipino accent a little bit more on command. It'd be funny. James, who is here, usually. I'm sure he's busy right now. I think he's got school or something. It was funny. When he first came to the channel, he was like, "You sound like my grandma." And I was, at the time, I was talking with the accent again. And, I was like, I sound like your grandma? Like, that's weird. Why would I sound like the thing? And I sat and thought for a little bit. I was like, oh, am I talking with an accent? And am I talking with an accent again? And I think at that point I was able to like shake it off. And I had to explain like, yeah, I'm like Asian American. I don't necessarily speak the language that my parents speak, but I did like grow up around it, so and I am trying to learn it, so it does like kind of rub off on me a little bit sometimes. And then he asked, "You wouldn't happen to be Asian of the Filipino variety, right?" He said I sounded like his grandma because I had the Filipino accent going, which I think is hilarious. Let's see, what color should her dress be? Kind of like the idea of a purple, you know? Some cool color to like really tie it together, but it's so warm that I feel like it should just be warm. What actually, I take it back. What if it's like a deep maroon? Very Shrek fairy godmother style. Yeah, that was actually the best choice I have made in this entire piece. Yeah, no, that's good. This is, we're cooking here. Anyways, and then now we gotta get to the actual flowers, which are going to be a very vibrant orange, kind of skewed towards the more yellow side of things, but a bit darker. I think that's good. Yeah, that's the shade that we want. And then we're gonna do now, we're going to render. Well, I guess we don't need to render the wings now. We can do that in a little bit. When we get to the actual, we'll just do like actual rendering right now. And then at some point we'll have to paint like the ones that I sketched in too. It's only 11:24. We're actually, again, making pretty good progress. I meant to say it's really good. I too wish. Damn fat fingers. I understand. I don't have particularly large fingers, but I do like struggle with the stupid iPhone keyboard because it's so small. Let's see. We'll just do the rendering. Probably the easiest thing to do right now, and then we can focus on getting the detailing on the wings after all is said and done. If that is a trumpet fairy, what would a saxophone fairy look like? Probably. Well, if you can find me a plant that looks like a saxophone, I'll tell you. Anyways. Let's see. I have a very particular way that I go about rendering. I like to really saturate the shadows and make them dark, and I'll even skew them in, like, a certain direction. So, like, orange gets shadowed with, like, a dark red. Red gets shadowed with, like, a pretty dark red. Because I can't really move it down more this way. I think I could argue to do, like, pink, but red is already such a strong color that it doesn't really need, like, an extra, like, push in that direction. Yellow gets shaded with orange. Green gets shaded with blue. Blue gets shaded with, more blue. Again, blue is a pretty strong color. It doesn't need help by, like, skewing it in different directions, unless it's this shade of, like, light blue right here. Then I'll, like, push it more like that, or push it depending on which one it leans more towards. Purple gets shaded with blue, though. Purple will get shaded with blue because that's just kind of how it goes. Occasionally, like, a dark pink if I think there's enough red in the shade of purple that I'm using. But it all just depends. Regardless, though, what matters to me is that the shadows are, like, very saturated, very dark, very visible. I think a lot of artists tend to use the multiply blending mode for that, but I don't really like... I tried it once, and I didn't really like using it. I thought it was, like, too hard to get, like, the look that I particularly like, which is... it's sort of, like, somewhere between, like, unblended and blended. Like, I like the edge of the, like, the edge of this paint right here to be, like, a little bit harder, a little bit, like... Or no, a little bit softer, I mean. A little bit softer. But I like, the most of it right here to be, to look pretty rough and unblended. But with the multiply layer, that soft edge was just not happening. Because, like, again, I do like my rough textured shading, again, but I think it just needs a little bit of a softness to, like, really, like, make it look like I didn't just slap a bunch of color on there and said, fuck it, Weeball. Even though that is kind of what I do most of the time with art. Let's see. Just do this. Oh, interesting video that I saw. I don't know how much you guys know about, like, alt culture and everything. But I don't think I don't think it takes, like, I don't think it takes a college degree to understand that a lot of stuff like punk, metal, emo, goth, stuff like that, it's all very politically charged, right? Kind of always has been. And I recognize that. I don't necessarily align myself in any kind of, like, thing whatsoever. Like, I never explicitly say that I'm punk. I never say that I'm emo. I never say that I'm goth. I just consider myself alt. That's a lie. I just consider myself a terrorist, really. Anyways, so, the funny video that got recommended to me, is, it's in quotation marks, so the guy who made the video isn't saying this, but he's just, like, explaining that people have been saying this, and it's like, can we take the politics out of metal and punk? And it's like, no, you cannot. And I don't even care if it's, like, politics that I, like, disagree with. Like, that's, like, 99% of the reason why these genres and subcultures exist. It's like, what the hell? It's a whole thing. And my favorite comment under that video was basically like, can we take the hydrogen out of water? Because that's basically what that person on TikTok said. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's literally it. Like, you are taking, like, the thing that makes, like, these subcultures what they are, like one of the biggest defining traits of these, and, like, stripping that away. It's like, what the fuck? And I thought that was funny. It was a whole other thing too. MCR with, like, their tour and everything. They've been doing, like, these like little political stunts, right? You know, because they have a way that they feel about the government and the way society is and everything. And you know what? I agree with them. I'm glad that they're doing that because it needs to be said. I'm glad that they're not being subtle too. And people are like, "Oh my god, MCR is so woke now. I can't believe this." And I'm like, "Did you miss the entire anti-capitalism album and comic? Like and comic series that they did? Specifically Gerard Way, but like did you like look. Um I don't I'm dumb. I'm stupid. I have a little reptile brain under a very thick skull here. It's a very small reptile brain even. One might say it's a little unwrinkled. Um Even I can like listen to the songs that I still kind of uh, even I can like listen to like these songs and like pick up on like all the undertones and messages here without thinking too hard and overheating the little noodle. You said to look for saxophone flower. Oh my god, you! I like how it's I like how it's a YouTube link. Let's see. I do need to mute this though, so we don't. What the hell is this? Marco, you couldn't find a real flower? It is very funny though, this is cute. I'm not gonna play it with sound because I have no idea that music is gonna be copyrighted and I don't want to interrupt the KK slider. But that is hilarious. But it's like, once again though, it's like, what do you mean? What, like, why is MCR woke now? They've always been! Like, what do you think Danger Days was about? And like, sure, maybe Danger Days is like among their least popular albums. Okay, let's look at some songs from the Black Parade. Mama, there is a lyric, there is a line. Well, mother, what the war did to my legs and to my tongue. You should have raised a baby girl. I should have been a better son. Lots of trans people, 100% like relate to that line so much. The Sharpest Lives. I'm so mildly sure that the singer in that is gay. I forget what line exactly has me hooked onto that idea, but I'm like extremely positive about that. And if not the Sharpest Lives, then let's look at Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge to the end. He's always something from the Something She Spends. He's always out, he's always looking at men. And it's about like these two people who are supposed to be like married or something, but they're clearly not in love with each other from what it sounds like. And it just keeps going and going. And it's like, what do you mean? Why is MCR woke? Where have you been for the past 25 years? No, not... when did MCR get together? I think it was like 2003. Where have you been for the last 22 years? And then, like, what is it? Like, Welcome to the Black Parade. Tons of, like, stuff in there about, just... bot, hang on. It's a whole thing, and I'm just like... I'm not necessarily upset. I'm just confused. Like, I just want to, like, pull some people to the side and be like, hey, I want you to, like, listen to this album, and I want you to tell me what it's about, you know? With lines such as, this is a letter, my word is the Beretta, the sound of my vendetta against the ones that planned it. Or, you run the company, just like a... fuck like a Kennedy. I think we'd rather be burning your information. What else? Don't believe what they say. We're dead flies in the summertime. They leave us all behind with duct tape scars on my honey. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. Like, what do you mean you didn't know MCR was political? It's so funny, but it's so sad. Honestly, it's it's the anti-capitalist, it's the anti-capitalism screaming in Danger Days that makes it my favorite MCR album. I think everyone is usually like, oh, I really love Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, or I really like the Black Parade. Me, my favorite is Danger Days. Every single song in there, absolute headbanger. I love all of them. The only tracks I'm skipping are like the ones like where it's Doctor Death Defying's broadcast, because that's not exactly music. And everything, right? Like those are literally just like recorded radio reports, and it is cool. It is cool, like when you're listening to the album in order, and like you get those like little breaks between the songs and everything. Super cool to listen to, but just like on its own, like But besides that, it's all really good. Vampire Money, Sing, Planetary Go, like um people will be like, oh, like I love MCR. My favorite songs are Teenagers, Welcome to the Black Parade, uh, Mama, This Is How I Disappear, and so on and so forth. And they'll name like all of like the top 10 songs. Meanwhile, I'm here like, yeah, my favorite songs are like I definitely have some from Black Parade, Famous Last Words and Sing. But those two are my, but like of my top 10 MCR songs, it's really just two songs from Black Parade, Helena, and then the rest of the seven, it's pretty much just Danger Days. I love Danger Days so much. It's way more punk than the rest of their discography. It's way more exactly what it's like more up to speed with like what I'm looking for in like this, in like my kind of music. Um, so I can't recommend that album enough, and it's got a comic to go with it. It has a whole comic. It has a world and everything. Danger Days is set in the future. Um, it's definitely an apocalyptic future, but it's also like very like um, totalitarian. The society, and there's just these people who are like fighting back, and it's so good. My favorite thing. I wish I could go see them live. I wanted to this July, but when I was looking at tickets, the ticket prices were so expensive, and I couldn't find people to go with me. I swear, if they're here again, I am going, and no one can stop me. Um, but anyways, uh, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Uh, the 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 comic, the actual Danger Days comic. I do have it. I do have the comic, and I love it. I need to continue reading it, but it's kind of hard to read because it's like very big and kind of in a textbook. And my favorite thing about it, or one of my favorite things about it, is the one of the evil companies, corporations. They're called Better Living Industries. This is peak writing, by the way. Peak writing. Gerard Way, what a guy. Um, like the the corporation is called Better Living Industries, commonly shortened to Blind, and their motto, their little company slogan is "Have a better day." Oh, that's so good. Like, you could not have created a more evil capitalist villain than that. So fucking good. I need to read more of that comic. Like, that is so smart. That is so smart. I almost want to use it, but I won't. And then you know what I need to do one day? I need to write an anti-capitalist D&D one-shot. I kind of did that for the story with the eco-terrorist one. I would have you guys play it, but it's very... I very specifically need it to be played by druids and rangers, is the thing. Um, like, I'm sure you guys are, like, fine with that, but I also, like, don't want to force you guys to, like, make characters, uh, like that, so, you know. Also, I don't know if people are talking Shadowrun RPG sounds dystopian. No, I just want to write an anti-capitalist one-shot for the store. I want there to be riots. I want to stomp on some corporate heads. Once again, I might be a little bit of a terrorist. Um, it was really funny at the game store. We were talking about like what I was gonna do for my next D&D one shot. I already have it planned, and I just need to like finish writing it and figure out like some logistics and everything. Um, but might need to bring props for that. We'll see. But what it was is I'm a little hesitant because, no, 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 no. I was joking around about a Halloween one-shot, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my players go trick-or-treating. But surprise, it's trick. And the trick is bombs. You guys are accidentally, like, getting bombs or something. I had an idea for that. And I'm just like, Luis and Albert are just laughing. He's like, yeah, that's right, you're the store eco-terrorist. I'm like, I am. I need to go to the store again. Right, with my White Boy Summer shirt. They're like, White Boy Summer? What does that mean? It's a shirt with the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski's mugshot on it. And it says White Boy Summer at the top. It's so funny. It's one of my favorite shirts that I have in my closet. I just don't wear it that often because I think some adults who recognize that face might get a little mad at me. Then again, I guess I just shouldn't care. I should just wear that whenever. Alright, that settles it. Thursday, I'm wearing the White Boy Summer shirt. If people ask, I'm gonna say, oh, he's just Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski, he was just a silly little guy who liked nature. Have you guys seen the Ted Kaczynski memes? I shouldn't be idolizing a terrorist this much. He was actually a really shitty person with like really shitty beliefs that kind of like contradicted his idea of like freedom and everything. Yeah, he's super sucked. But the memes are so funny that it's kind of hard not to just like tote him around a little. He's kind of right about like nature being like the prime way of existence. Mad? Why mad? Because once again, I would be wearing a shirt with an actual terrorist who did kill people. That's what the shirt is. Like, I get it. Ted Kaczynski, not good. Very bad person. It's still funny. It's still funny to have it. Like I said, I think I've grown to have some rather strong opinions, and honestly, when you guys see the Ted Kaczynski, we're just gonna look up Ted Kaczynski memes right now. Maybe Ted was right. Cause look, when I say I'm a terrorist, this is the kind of bullshit that I'm talking about. Where is it? Where's the actual funny one? Okay, so you know what? For better context, he was a postal bomber. He would send packages and stuff, and those packages had bombs. He's known as the Unabomber because he would bomb. He would send bombs to like universities, and he would send bombs to universities and postal services. Italy had one too. Facts. Out of curiosity, Italian Unabomber. Did he at least do it? In the name of nature? Criminal status at large is crazy. But they never caught the Italian one. That's so fucking funny. I wonder. But the Italian bomber made no political or economic demands. Yeah, Ted Kaczynski, his whole thing was, his whole thing was like postal bombs and everything. Over 30 bombs left in random places. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I like this one. Waved at the UPS guy as he was driving off. That's enough human contact for the week. Where's the... There are some really funny ones that I think my FBI agent is on to me. Oh boy, Ted Kaczynski at Home Depot. I wonder what he'll make. It's so stupid. Oh my god. There's There's one where it's like, yeah, this one. This is the kind of ones that I'm looking at. There's a special place in hell for people like us. Look. When you put it this way, right? Look, like looking at the meme on screen. Russian tech startup begins testing ads in the sky, which uses low-orbit satellites to display advertisement among the stars. I want you to imagine looking up into the night sky and seeing a McDonald's ad. You're supposed to see stars. You're supposed to see the universe and everything. But we already can't see but we can't see it because there's all kinds of pollution and smog filling the sky. And then this is gonna create even more issues by having these lights blaring in the sky. There's so many animals that like their own I think circadian rhythms are gonna be interrupted because they're gonna think it's daytime. Like already there's so much like light pollution that it like messes with so many things. And advertisements, fucking McDonald's, whatever advertisements in the sky. Yeah, I would want to blow something up too. This is ridiculous. And then there's more. There was one that I saw. It was like, oh, we're gonna start testing like neural links that are gonna like automatically send doses into your bloodstream without your functionally, like without consent and stuff, right? Like that's like stripping away so much like autonomy, leaving technology to do that. Like, and again, it's just Uncle Ted's face, his mugshot right there. Because I agree. I unfortunately agree. Please remember not to discuss patient information unless Amazon Echo is muted. What the fuck? What do you mean? Amazon is listening to patient... So, I'm sorry if I agree with the terrorist a little bit. The international community had to come with international treaties to stop advertising on the moon. Yeah! No, that's seriously fucked. Like... Oh, thanks for the fan mail, guys. This one is from Ted Kaczynski. Lake Mead has more water in Fallout New Vegas. Oh my god. Amazon listens through your phone, same as Google, same as Facebook. And I don't like it. I don't think that's right. Like, there are days where I genuinely feel like, you know what, fuck it. Maybe I'm gonna just cabin in the woods somewhere. You know? It's fucked. I don't like... I've like, as I've gotten older, and as technology advances, I'm finding that I'm liking it less and less by the day. Like, I hate generative AI. I hate, the stupid AI search result in Google, and that it has to be there. There's no option for me to turn it off, and I hate it. I hate that we're like, I hate that there's like deep, like I hate that there's so much stuff. It's so bad for the environment. It's so stupid. Like, everything is so, like, it's just so gross right now, you know? Like, the way people are like, oh, yeah, AI art is great because it's making art, accessible to everyone. Bitch, it was accessible from the start. You just gotta pick up a fucking pencil and, like, learn. It's not my fault if you don't want to put in the time and effort like the rest of us did. And it gets even worse. It gets even worse because, you know, as time goes on, we're gonna have people who, like, have all of their medical knowledge from, like, ChatGPT, and it's like, it needs to be destroyed. I want it to be destroyed. Like, there was a time where I was like, you know what, it could be an interesting tool, and I think if there were regulations put in place, it'll actually be super beneficial. I wasn't completely, like, saying, like, AI art needs to be, like, flushed down the toilet. There was a time where I was like, you know, maybe it could be an interesting tool to, like, come up with, like, concepts and everything, because sometimes it does help to just, like, visualize something, before you do stuff. There just needs to be, again, really tight regulations on, where that, AI pulls its, sources from. But as time has gone on, it's just gotten worse and worse, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe we should just blow everything up. And metaphorically. before I get in trouble. Uh, it's bad. It's disgusting. It's capitalism at its absolute worst. You need to watch Idiocracy the movie. If that movie makes me upset, I want nothing to do with it. But yeah, this is why the push for like supporting like human everything is so important right now, because we are literally losing that um so fast. Like there are people who have effectively spent their entire lives on the internet like these days. Like the only connection they know is through online, and they're forgetting how to fucking talk. Some of them don't even know how to read or count. It's like, this is ridiculous. And there's just nothing. And then like there's even like the that law, that internet safety law that got passed in the UK, where it's like, oh yeah, you can still use the internet. You just gotta send us your biometrics and your ID, and it's like, okay, you have so much already. Could you just not? Could you let us have this little shred of privacy and everything? And they're like, no, actually, because if you don't give us your information, that makes you a pedophile. And I'm like, what? What? What the actual? Me not wanting the government to know literally everything about me, or not even the government. Me not wanting fucking Spotify to know where I live is makes me on the side of pedophiles. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so glad it's only in the UK right now. I think they want to start testing some of it on YouTube here in the US, but there was an incredible amount of backlash, and YouTube, I think, is listening, and they are working on it. It really, the best solution is just at home. Like, don't give your stupid kid internet access. Duh. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, like Loki, I'm definitely in, like, the eco-terrorist arc. It's ridiculous. And it just sucks so much. And I think there's, like, the censorship thing, too. I feel like so much of, like, the media is just being, like, twisted right now, so it's, like, only... You know what was interesting? I saw a thing about a video essay about AI. There's a reason why conservatives, like, love AI so much, and it is very explicitly because it takes these really, really fucked up things. It uses, like, these really, like, fucked up, it takes these fucked up things like racism and, like, homophobia, and it completely sanitizes. Like, look, it's okay. Look how happy these AI generated characters are. It's like, no, stop that. It's so easy to use AI to shape whatever narrative you want, and it's like, conservatives are having a field day with that, because, like, suddenly it means, like, oh, well, all these things that we want to do, we have a way to make it look good, and I'm like, stop, full stop, right there. You should be... Anyways, little clarification. In the UK, people are required to upload their government ID to prove they are adults, in combination with a face scan to access any website with any type of mature content. The database from third parties were used by a brand newly created in the government unit in the UK to monitor government critics. I mean, that's still icky, because, like, well, now what? How are we gonna describe? How are we gonna label, like, mature content, right? Because, you know, technically games like Call of Duty and Baldur's Gate, they're rated 17 plus. Borderlands is rated 17 plus. So are you telling me now that if I want to watch my favorite YouTuber play through those games, I have to upload my ID for that? Ridiculous. Because Baldur's Gate is a game with sex in it. Borderlands, or Call of Duty, is a game with incredible violence in it. And Borderlands is a game with arguably both. Less sex, more just, like, fun fan service. GTA 6 will require ID to play to protect the children. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Do you know why we have ESRB ratings? Because already said so by the publisher you have to upload your ID to Rockstar. That's so bad. That is so bad on a number of levels. Like, it's no, that's not okay. Uh, Again, we have an ESRB rating. Rated E for everyone, rated M for mature, and I don't remember the rest of them. And there is like a rated A, like adult only. Parents don't parent. I know, and it sucks. And then they have the audacity to complain like, my kids are being exposed to. You bought them the game. You gave them the iPad. You gave them access to the internet. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it here. I want to blow everything up. My friend, I have a friend, um, she firmly believes that there is a form of communism out there that will work for the world, and honestly, I'm just here like, you might be right about that, you know? There might be some form of ideal government out there that will work great for everybody, but you know what my problem is? Corruption exists in so many, like, people, right? Like, corruption is so hard to avoid. Like, there's so many systems that are just so good on paper. It's so good. And then, because we have, like, fucking tyrants and everything, they end up not being good. And that could be said for just about anything, really. Um, so you know what my answer is? I think humans just need to completely, like, stop existing. And, we all just stop existing, and the world would be an infinitely better place without us. Like, the world that we live in, we don't deserve to be here. That's where I'm at right now. We have HOAs, proof that any power ultimately corrupts. Exactly! Communism will never work. All ideal governments are dystopian at the end of the day. Exactly! Exactly. Like, there's just... I don't think there's any way around it. I think full on. Full stop. No, I don't even think anarchy is the answer. Like, let me make it clear. Anarchy is not the answer here. I think people just gotta, like, nope the fuck out of, like, existence at this point. I think we're doomed. Ultimately. Honestly, just mass humans stop existing would be fantastic for the world. Clearly we were a mistake. The only other answer, the kinder answer would be, dismantle society as a whole, right? And just return to, like, return to monkey, honestly. But for that we would also just need a smaller population density, so, there would still be some people kind of just, like, you know, we were doing better than during the Black Plague. I don't care if we were doing it better than during the Black Plague. Humans as a species are a blight against the world. We are awful. We are straight up awful, and I am not an exception. Say for example, we cause the apocalypse because the stupid AI, the stupid artificial intelligence that we're making finally gets sentience and decides to take over the world. I'm signing up to be the first one dead. I'm not gonna fight it. We deserve it at this point. Like, I'm so sick and done with, like, everything. Like, you know what? Everything is shitty. Everything sucks. Nothing matters. I can't wait for the world to end. Maybe it's a little dark, maybe it's a little grim, but I think that's just the truth. Soon we will have a disease come back. RK dismantled this vaccine system in the process to even make them. CDC will be something that exists only in movies. Give Mother Nature a decade to fix us. I still want the bird plant print, by the way. I like the difference between these comments. Oh, and good night, Jessica. I will save the bird print for you next time I see you. I swear. Yeah, this is a very politically charged stream. Again, I just I don't I don't mean to sound so grim about things. It's just to me what it is, it's midnight, yeah. I had a day at work. But to me it's just like, you know, let me put it this way. There's a reason why like there's so much hatred in humanity. Like we are just made to hate. Philosophically charged, you're a nihilist. It's so it seems. So it seems. And there's it seems like one of the easiest things to do as a human being is to just hate, you know? And you think like, oh, in like communities like LGBT community, look, nihilism. I think I have an idea of what it might be. And look, I'm not huge on labels, so again, I'm not gonna like go around and like say things about that. But here's how it is in my head. Hatred is always going to exist, whether it's racism, whether it's homophobia, and the best part about it is if you like there's homophobia and transphobia in the LGBT community, because there will be people who don't like there will be people who don't like trans people in the LGBT, like, and like we're all under the same like LGBTQ flag, but there's still people, there's still infighting in there. People hate people who are ace for their own reasons. People hate trans folk for their own reasons. And then like even in like even in like say like Asian communities, there are Asians hating on each other. It's like, guys, we are on the same side here. What is going on? Easiest thing as a human being is to love. To hate stems from betrayal and other traumatic experiences as a self-defense mechanism. I want to agree, but I just don't. Like, I think it's easy to be a nice person. I think it's very easy to be a likable person. I think it's very hard to make enemies, you know? But I also think it's extremely easy to hate. You know? Because at the end of the day, if you boil a lot of this down to like survival instinct, a lot of it is just survival is a competition. It's survival of the fittest, right? So if you constantly punch down on others and make yourself look strong, keep building yourself up, you are in theory going to survive more. It is hard to be liked. Yeah, maybe it's hard to be liked. I think it's a lot harder to be hated. You have to be a very, very specific type of person, I think, to garner a lot of hatred against you. Like, you know, like, I can count, a lot of people like me. A lot of, like, no, I don't mean it to brag. Like, this is just normal, right? I have friends. The customers like interacting with me because they think I'm funny because I'm threatening to blow up the store. It is easy to be a source of difference, therefore a source of competition. Exactly. So my thing is like there's always going to be hatred because if you look at it, there's infighting in the same groups of, like within communities that we're, you know, if we're all on the same team, why are we still fighting? Because that's just who we are. That's just, it seems like that is just kind of what human nature is. And I'm not gonna argue with that, you know, like, that's not, you know, it's not my job at this point to tell you to stop hating on people. I'm a hater. I'm a hater as well. I hate a lot of things, but I also love a lot of things, and you know, I like to focus on that. But a lot of people, well, it's so infighting is over resources, attention, and trauma. Yeah, that's probably what it is. But it's like, again, if there's always going to be fighting between people, I just don't exactly see the point. I mean, obviously, yeah, racism bad, homophobia bad. Obviously, fight against that as a whole thing. You're not a hater, you're a nihilist. I think to an extent those two overlap somewhere. Um, but it's like I'm not going to be like, again, I'm going to uh, scream it from the top of my lungs. Fuck bigots, fuck racists, and everything. And at the same time, you're not gonna see me like standing at the podium like we all need to be united, because it's just not gonna happen. It's not. Like that's the truth at the end of the day, and I think it's important to accept that. You were like so desperate to get me to look at that, just for that I'm not going to. Like I said, if you can call me a nihilist, I'll wear that. I'll take that. You know, I'm not saying I'm offended by it, but you know, if you want to label me as that, that's fine. Again, personally, I'm not huge on labels. Like, again, I'll say I'm bisexual for the sake of a positional nihilist. Yeah, sure, whatever floats your boat there, buddy. Again, I'm just not huge on labels. I think that genuinely that's probably like one of the things that are like most polarizing in like communities. Just like these differences. There's like oh my god, it's so stupid just existing. Like, should make you a shirt, Lamau. It for me, a lot of it just boils down to like, I just want to exist, you know. I want to exist and not have my existence called into question. Like, I want to just is Jessica's demanding sleep and cuddles and scratches. Okay, you get to your life. I won't get into the whole like labels talk today. It's just a personal preference of mine after all. Really what it is I just don't feel like I need any labels. Cause again, what it is that I'm just comfortable with who I am at the end of the day. Like, I like dressing very edgy. I like being a little boyish sometimes. I like being a little, but at the same time, I still like being like very girly in like some other aspects and everything. Once again, I like who I like. I'm not gonna make like a big fuss over it or anything. Like, I believe in what I believe in and stuff like that. I don't need labels, and I don't need like a space to belong to. I'm perfectly fine just existing. Oh no, labels talk is something that is near and dear to me as an INTJ. Yo, you two! Might be too late, but happy Tomboy Tuesday. Is that really today? Also, low-key international holidays like this kind of stupid in my opinion. I think this is just like more capitalist psyop stuff, but wonderful. Happy Tomboy Tuesday to you too, Marco. But yeah, again, it's just I don't think I need labels. I just want to be me without thinking about it too hard. And I'll just swing in whatever direction I feel like swinging that day. But yeah, INTJ, wonderful. Like, lovely to meet you two, fellow INTJ. Last I checked, though, marriage break was also kind of like, not entirely like relevant. And again, I barely remember. I remember when I was taking the tests, it was going between INTJ and INTP. I forget exactly what it means. Tomboy Tuesday is a song. Not a holiday. I can't click on that because copyright, but noted. Well, I guess I'll click on it anyways. Mute! Oh, it's perfect. It's already muted. What is this? Oh, it's a wrap. Oh, interesting. Ham sandwich. Ah, I see. Lots of anime girls here. Unfortunately, I am not very interested in anime girls. I don't know. Anime just kind of like gives me an an ick all around, for the most part. I have no problem if people like it though. Like I get it, right? It's whatever. There are like some animes though where if you are like a diehard stan for them, I might call the police on you. But it's only like a select few, just because I know like some of the animes like are legitimate pedo bait. It's so weird that that is like a thing out there. Anyways. Alright, and then all that's left now is the dress. It's an anime music video about tomboy girls. You can just say tomboys because tomboys are always girls. I think. Because the idea of a tomboy, right, is like a girl that just acts like very boyish, I guess. That's what it's supposed to be. So like already when you say tomboy, it's I'm pretty sure it's already like strongly implied. Whoever you're talking about is a girl. That's why tom girls exist. Those are those are the femboys out there. There are twinks that identify as girls and act like a tomboy. But they identify as girls, so they are girls. You know? Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to make that distinction. They're girls because they said they're girls. Yeah, tom girls are not femboys. I'll take that one. But you don't need to make the distinction that like there are twinks who identify as girls who that act like tomboys. Tomboys are girls and they identify as girls. Therefore they are girls. Do not do this here on my stream, please. I don't know how well versed you are, but in this kind of stuff, but this is extremely transphobic language, and I do not want that here. I don't care what their genitals are. If they say they're girls, they're girls. I don't care. It's not even just fair. It is what it is, you know? They have a way that they perceive themselves that is completely valid, and as to respect that, I don't care what's under their pants. I don't care what's under their shirt. If they said they're a girl, then they're a girl. If they say they're a boy, then they're a boy. That's all it has to be. Like, I can't self-delete messages, sorry. Yeah, I'll do that. Um, how do I delete? I don't actually know how to do this myself. Hang on. So I can move that around. Can't really expand that window though. How do I delete the message? No, not manage suspicious user. I don't know how to do this. Is it mod? Nope, nope. Not that. Not that. How do you do this? Well, I don't know how to remove that, so that's ridiculous. Right click. I am right clicking. Let's see. No, that's. No. I swear I did this before, but I don't remember how. Not timeout, not warn. Messages. And can I move this around? Because there was a thing and it didn't tell me what it was for a moment there. No comments, but I can see the messages. How do I... I'm so stupid. If I did this. Pop out? No, that's still the same thing effectively. No. Twitch, what the fuck? I need to do stuff. It's not quick actions. I need to... You know what? It's whatever. It's whatever. I will drink water, but, Mark, I highly recommend, looking into these kinds of topics. Been at least 3 hours, you had to remind... I've been drinking throughout stream. I would educate yourself on these topics, because you cannot be saying those kinds of things. This is a safe space for everyone. Unless you're gonna be a bigot about it. So I would educate yourself on that. And I would avoid saying stuff like that in the future, because you never know who might be listening. You might really, really offend someone. And that would be bad. Anyways, so that's that part done, so we gotta get to the pedals now. Alright, how do I want to do this? Look at them from the side like this. You know, they arguably look like didn't mean to offend, sorry to future readers. I mean, I'm sure you didn't mean to offend, it's, because I know you, right? Like, I don't think you hold those beliefs. No, this is a sticker, there's not going to be a background. Because I know you're not, like, I'm fairly certain you don't have a problem, with, like, I'm fairly certain you don't have a problem with, like, trans people or anything like that. I think it's just, you might be a little ignorant on some things. So I would say if you want to avoid that, please do research on what you shouldn't say. Um, if you truly are an ally, you know? Oops. Let's see. Well, first, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just get some nice shadows going on down there. Yeah, the flower fairies are all going to be stickers, so none of them are going to have a background, but I will paint, like, the actual flower, like, somewhere on this space here. You're truly... I don't have a problem with trans at all. Talking about labels, everyone has their own version ever since the dictionary. The dictionary is no longer published. Oh, Jesus. We're truly in an era of chaos. Yeah, that's... I didn't even know that. Man, that's strange to think that the dictionary is no longer published. Yeah. Everyone has their own labels, and that's perfectly fine. I think labels are perfectly valid most of the time. There's, like, some instances where it's like, okay, hang on. we need to talk about some of the things that you're saying here, where some people are like, oh yeah, but my, this is how I identify. I'm like, are you sure you want to identify as that? Most of the time, here's one example for me. Neopronouns, completely fine with them, right? If you want to have some little words for yourself, that are true to you, absolutely no problem with that, right? Like, who am I to say you can't do that? The only time where I think it starts to get really weird is when those pronouns are now, like, based off a celebrity that exists. There was one... I have no idea if TikTok is still doing this. I think these kids have grown out of it, hopefully. But it was like Dream, the Minecraft guy, right? The speedrunner. The guy who cheated maybe a few of his speedruns, I don't remember. The Urban Dictionary and Wikipedia are the most recent source of dictionary and of meaning. Ah, I see. Urban Dictionary is kind of crazy, though. Urban Dictionary is... There are no laws there. Like, that is actual anarchy going on sometimes. I will get to the little joke about that in a moment. But anyways, what some kids on TikTok used to do, like, a while ago, I have no idea if this is still the trend right now. I have no idea if this is still the trend right now, but what it was, they were identifying themselves as Dream, as in Dream, the Minecraft content creator Dream. They were identifying themselves as, like, either dream sexual or dream gender. And once again, I am completely okay with neopronouns. Because who am I to say that you can't do that? The only time I think you shouldn't do that is, again, when you're really convinced that you are a celebrity that exists. Because I find it to be, like, extremely parasocial. I think it's... Isn't that in L? I'm not sure what that means. Isn't that incel? No. It's not. It's not. Dream gender and dream sexual refer to, if I remember the TikTok definitions correctly, refer to being attracted to the content creator Dream, you know, the guy who does Minecraft speedruns, and dream self or dream gender, which is identifying as Dream, the Minecraft content creator speedrunner guy. No, again. There are so many parasocial labels. Exactly. That, I think... I'm not saying that. I'm not reading that one out loud. It's extremely parasocial, extremely unhealthy. That's where I think I draw the line with neopronouns. Where, like, straight up, like, it's either, like, parasocial stuff, or just kind of, like... Or it really, it's really just, like, the parasocialness of it. I don't think that's healthy at all. And I think that kind of behavior, you know, should be corrected, because that's not good. We've seen what these kinds of parasocial relationships do to people, and usually does not end good for either party. This is why like so many like celebrities get like stalkers and creepy fan mail and everything like that. Like, that's not fun on their side, and down the line it probably won't be fun for the fans' side, you know? Every streamer has a name for their community. 50 million shades of simp. Yeah. We call ourselves the community because I am capitalizing on how versatile the name Kerr is. But yeah, it's just a thing. That is one of the only times I really have a problem with it. Because it's just unhealthy parasocial relationship with a Minecraft YouTuber. And Dream isn't the only one. I did see one for like Moist Critical, which was kind of funny, but still kind of like weird sort of sentiment there. Just like, okay, it's like kind of weird now, guys. Like, these are real people, you know. Because that's the important thing to like distinguish here, right? Like content creators are real people. You don't... It's... Community. Unity and Cur... Absolutely fuck not. We are not... We do not move as one unified unit. We move as a bunch of lost brain cells trying to wrangle each other up, and, like, it just doesn't work. All will be one. One will be all. That reminds me. I was joking around with my brothers on, where is the... I like how I got my habit receipt so long after, then what's it called? So long after I got my food already. I was texting my brothers. Or, okay, so what it was, for context, my dad hung a piece of pizza from the ceiling one time, and this image lives rent-free in my head, and Clive is texting his friend about it, and we're all, obviously everyone's reaction to the ceiling pizza is, why? Just, why, right? This is so... Clive sends, like, screenshots of that conversation, and I just go, you just don't understand Father and his superior mind. And that conversation keeps going. Dad kind of has OCD. And then I just go, his mind is beyond our understanding. He has ascended. Ascend with Father. I mean, me, Johnny, and Clive get so silly in that group chat of ours. There's one, there's an image that Johnny sent. It's an image of Jesus, that I think was on, like, some sort of, like, textbook or Bible or something, but somebody doodled around it so that it looked like he's just, like, shredding on guitar. And I just go, petition to add this to the Bible. Johnny goes, he actually did that, it's already in the Bible. And I go, the secret 11th commandment, shred thy strings in my name. And honestly, that's a religion I can get behind. Oh, I do have a drawing question. How do you make the white background see-through for the stickers? The checker background? Only so the color parts are actually printed, the rest is see-through. Oh, okay, so this is what you do, right? You're gonna go to View, And all the way down there, there's an option for a transparent background. That's gonna get you the checkerboard PNG stuff, right? That's gonna get rid of the background. But when you export it, when you export it as a PNG right here, you need to. Sorry, there's an option to export as a transparent PNG. Now, I haven't been saving a lot of PNGs lately because they take up space on the computer. Yeah, so view is gonna bring down like a drop-down menu, right? It's all the way at the top here. And then at the bottom of that drop-down, there's an option to toggle the transparent background on and off. Like so. And then, when you export, if you're just gonna save it as a PNG, you wanna make sure you choose transparent PNG. If you're doing it my way, you want to copy to clipboard and you're going to force this background to be transparent. And that's how you're going to get it. Now, when you upload to certain social media sites like Twitter, Instagram, or I think maybe even Blue Sky to an extent, some of them, if the image is big, they might just put a white background to begin with. I don't really know why, but they just kind of do that. I haven't really found a way around it either, and I've just kind of dealt with it because posting art just kind of sucks in general. The loss in quality and everything is tragic to deal with, but yeah. Can you save as a JPEG with the transparent or PDF? I don't know about transparent JPEGs. I have no idea if that's possible. But I will say this. JPEGs are generally gonna have lower resolution. And maybe if you're fine with that, go for it. I just don't really remember if they can save transparent or not. If I had to guess, the answer might actually be no. PDF, the better option for PDF, honestly, is yeah, because there's a bunch of formats here. I don't see PDF as one of them. So if you want it as a PDF, what I recommend doing is taking the image into a Word document of sorts, whether it's Google Docs or Microsoft Word. Probably Google Docs, because that one's arguably free. And you just want to put the image in there. And then you can export that Word file as a PDF. Like, that's how I do it. If I want, like, my art on a PDF or anything. Like just to show you. When I go to Staples, I usually send them PDFs with my art on it for printing, right? I sell prints. I have a folder here. This is one of them. As you can see, I literally just I put the art in here, and I'll just what I do is that I'll hit share, download. I think download PDF, and then I get to send that PDF wherever I want. That's how that works. That's how I do it. Now, once again, I just don't know if I have no idea if what's it called? If you can save JPEGs as transparent. If I had to guess, the answer might be no. But yeah. Okay, so I have, like, the shadows on the wings. Might keep those on a separate layer, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take a nice dark shade of red. It looks like the red kind of, it differs on each flower, it seems, which is kind of interesting, all things considered. Like, sometimes the red is more towards, like, the bud where the flower sprouts, and sometimes it's more on the petals. That's kind of cool. It does look like it's more concentrated around the petals though, so I'm gonna put most of the red there. I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna take this watercolor and just kind of like go around that. I wish I had looked more closely at these flowers when I was in the sketching process, then I would have seen that they kind of only have 5 petals. But it's fine. I don't really want to redo the wings. I think these look pretty as they are. I set this to multiply. Yeah. It's better if I just do this. Anyways. I'm like trying to like focus on like how these flowers look. It's very interesting that like the color spread on each flower seems to be like very instantiated. I think that's the right word. But it's like, it differs like flower to flower, which is kind of cool. Like they could be sprouting from like the same like general like stem, but like they could still be like the tones and the colors are still different. That is interesting, I think. I think flowers are usually like pretty uniform, all things considered. Been wanting to go to Staples to get more art printed, actually. I feel like part of me should hold off on that, because I haven't sold a lot of prints, arguably. Like, a lot of stickers have sold, so I kind of always have to be, like, restocking on those. Especially the anatomy ones. People really like those ones a lot. Sometimes the keychains, but I still have, like, a ton of keychains, and I'm not worried about running out of those. But the prints, I still have a bunch that I gotta get, like, I not necessarily get rid of, but I need to sell those. Like, otherwise I feel like I shouldn't be printing more. But I want to. I want to print the ammonite that I drew, and the mushroom that I posted earlier. I don't know how possible that's going to be at the moment. I'm not gonna worry about like putting things on their own separate layer for now. I'm just gonna. There we go. KK Slider songs go so hard. Composer went wild on these. Oh man, tomorrow is gonna be the new South Park too. I'm so excited. South Park is so politically charged, it's so funny right now. And I'm here for it. Matt and Trey are going absolutely buck wild with it, and I'm so happy. I'm happy that they weren't, like, subtle about things either. Because I think, like, a huge thing right now, like, if we want things to happen, we don't have room for subtlety anymore. We need to be loud and obnoxious. Alright, and then I'm gonna get some yellow on there too, like a nice, like, sort of golden yellow, just kind of in like a few spots, just to really like sell the idea of like there's so many different like colors on this flower. Then it is 12:39, so I'm not gonna finish this today. I'll probably finish it tomorrow off stream and we'll work on something else on Thursday. Then let me fix that. Here we go. I still get confused about my button layout, I swear to God. YouTube, please. Event stream? On Thursday? No, I'm not gonna do that because that would actually dox me. I've considered it. It's just a couple of things. One, I would dox myself. Two, I don't have any kind of equipment that will last for 3 hours recording and live streaming. That will drain battery usage so fast. And I don't have any portable chargers for that. And then, I don't have any portable chargers for that. Yeah, so it is just going to be like the usual 11 a.m. stream. I'm so sorry they've been getting, like, cancelled. Sleep-addled brain. Me too, buddy. I'm so sorry they've been getting cancelled on Thursdays. I'm trying to avoid that this week, but if, you know, like, if I get called in this time, I'm gonna be like, hey, I've, like, skipped out on, like, this one thing, like, every Thursday, because you keep calling me in for this. Like, I'm not gonna show up. Anyways, to avoid future cleanup, I'm gonna set the background color to be a bit dark right now. We're gonna go in with the highlights and save, actually. I haven't saved in a while. I'm gonna turn off my AC too. It's nice and chilly in my room. I should put, like, a sign out on, like, Thursday. Like, spend money at this booth so that I can buy my 5-string bass. I'm not gonna do that, but it would be really funny. It's like, I don't need it for food, I have a job for that. But the commission money will be spent incredibly unwisely. I wish I could be a full-time artist, though. That would be so fun. I feel like my hand would give out, is the one problem there. Jessica made art, but the program doesn't automatically... Bruh. And this is why we save, everyone. I don't have any... Yeah, if she was using the cloud save feature, she might be able to restore, like, a version of it. But if not, I have no words, except for, I'm so sorry. New guitar means means music streaming. No, 100 followers means music streaming. That's what we agreed on. Or maybe you didn't agree on it, but the rest of chat did. We're still 8 followers away from the goal, and honestly, I'm in no hurry to get there, because I still got... If I want to do, like, a little mini concert for you guys, I do need to, like, learn more songs. And get better at the ones that I, already know as well. It was a big nope and big sad on lost art. I'm so sorry. We need a hype train. We do not need a hype train, I promise. We are perfectly fine without it. I just need to be smart and, like, save my money, and then I can afford that base. Because I probably won't pay it in, like, full. I'll probably do, like, 4 separate payments, stuff like that. Because that's the easiest thing to do, right? Or that's the smart thing to do, I should say. Because I looked at it. The $700 bass guitar that I showed off earlier. That is only... Or a subathon. Not happening. My content is not good enough to subscribe for. I don't think people are going to want to do that. But, it says, I could do, like, 62.76 a month. But that is the minimum. But this is a really pretty base, and, like, it's kind of worth it. Yeah, I don't know. 5 people are also looking at this, and I'm just like, I can do it. I can afford it. I just also need to make space in my room, because I kind of don't have space for it. Well, I'll probably do... I'll put the Strat in my closet, probably. Because Johnny said he needs to restring it. Because we can't tune it anymore, it seems. And to be fair, it was a used guitar. It's probably due for that. But I'm not huge on playing, like, regular guitar. I've just been on bass, because I find regular guitar to be frustratingly difficult. In 3 days, I can sub again. Yippee! So I'll probably move the Strat into my closet, so that way the stand... I can use the stand for the 5-string bass. And then somewhere down the line, I'll probably get a case for the Strat so I can, like, properly put it away. And then, just go from there. I also have the acoustic, too, that I gotta figure out where to put. There's, like, so much junk here. Me and Johnny were talking. Another thing that we were thinking, if we clean up the house enough, we might be able to convince Mom and Dad to turn one of the rooms here at home into a studio for both art and music. I personally like the idea of turning it into, like, what it is, the reason why I'm saying this is because there's 2 rooms in our house that have pretty much gone unused for the most part. It's the loft, which is literally right outside my room, and the big family room downstairs. I personally want to do the big family room downstairs because it's big. There would be room to put, like, tables or a desk or something where we can work. There would be room for a drum set, maybe some amps and everything, and it would look really cool. Because the house has always been in a mess, or it's always been a mess, and I think it's about time that we get the house properly situated. And I think me and Johnny, our scope with, like, art and music and everything has gone fairly big. Mostly the art has gone fairly big, but the instruments, Johnny has a lot of guitars. I kind of also have a lot of guitars in my room, and I kind of don't want to keep them in here. So I think just having a studio would be really good. What it is that we just need to move a bunch of stuff, get rid of a bunch of things. Johnny's thinking that we should have a yard sale. I agree. Because a lot of the clutter, too, isn't just our stuff, it's our dad's, because he's a hoarder, and he has unfortunately raised 3 hoarders. It's a bit much. It's a bit frustrating, so gonna work on that, and then, as soon as we get space cleared up, as soon as that's going, and the ball's rolling, and we can get this house real nice and pretty and everything, you know, an art studio, like, a dedicated room for art and everything. Obviously, I'm gonna leave my desktop up here, but, like, you know, like, I don't need a lot of room for art, realistically, but Johnny kind of does, so, like, him having, like, desk space and and shelves and drawers and everything would be really cool, because our rooms just aren't big enough for that at the end of the day. Or at least his room isn't big enough to do all of that. I don't need a lot of room because I do primarily digital, and when I do the analog inking thing, I only need a dip pen, a brush, and some ink. Realistically, it's very, very cost effective. What is going on with the music? Is it just not playing? Oh, it's just really quiet. On a side note, I feel like I heard a scream outside. And the desktop audio, it's so quiet. The desktop audio just isn't even picking up. That's kind of crazy. I tried to see if it was just that my earbuds weren't super plugged in, but you know, I might have plugged them into the mic. Hang on. I might have goofed. Hang on. It doesn't matter. There's only like 10 minutes left to stream, but let's see. Take this out. And then put this down there. Plugged in. Oh, I can't hear anything at all. No, this particular video is just extremely quiet, I guess. Let me put this back down. Skip to the next one. There we go. But yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about before I got distracted by the blatant lack of, music. Anyways, I don't remember what I was talking about anymore. Yeah, no, it's gone. Oh, I was talking about the studio stuff. That's right. I think we can do it. If I can get convince my dad to like do a yard sale or something so we can get rid of some junk, that would be fantastic. Or even just throw things out, because it's so much. So much. I want to clear that room. That room will have couches and everything. There was like a little like low table. I'm not sure. I feel like we can move that to the other room, but I think my parents also like the floor space in the living room there, so I don't know. We might maybe I can convince them to throw out the coffee table, the low table there. Maybe, we'll see. I hope I can. Or at the very least, I hope they find a place for it, rather. Because, like, if they really don't want to part with it, you know, well, we gotta find room for it somewhere in the house, is all. The loft would also be, like, a pretty good option, because it's already, like, fairly clear. It's just, I think the downstairs room would be better, because at least the AC works downstairs. But, you know, for as much as I'm planning this, I still gotta, like, do all the cleaning stuff first. Okay, 7 minutes left. Yeah, I can easily, like, finish this up tomorrow. Probably off stream. Let's see. Red. I saw a YouTube short the other day. It was talking about, like, oh, red's such a difficult color to work with because you want to do this, but actually, you want to render it, but actually you don't even render red with different shades of red. You render it with different colors. And I'm like, I feel like that's every color, though. Because I think when it comes to, like, painting, you can do your shadows in purple. Like, if your flat is red, you can use purple to create your shadows, and then you can use pink to create your highlights. But then the complaint in that YouTube short was literally like, Like, I want to use red though, and I'm like, you can use red. Like, you realize pink is really just a really light shade of red, right? Like, red's a very pretty color. Like, it's so bright and intense. I think it's very strong. I really like how it looks. It's definitely tough to work with, but when you work with it enough, it works really, it looks really pretty. Like, I think what I'm doing right here, I think this looks good. Now, she had like a very specific style of painting was the other thing. The way she describes it, she paints with light rather than shadows. That's like perfectly valid, but like at the same time, I don't think red is that difficult of a color to work with. Like, yes, it's a little hard. It's a little harder than most colors, probably because it's such an intense color. But it's really not that bad. She is very right about one thing though. When you upload a red art, like art that uses a lot of like strong tones of red, you can kiss that image quality goodbye. It's gonna be so bad. But you know, I still like it a lot. Oh, I never talked about like that Urban Dictionary thing. Yeah, I think people getting their definitions from Urban Dictionary is a little bit wild because Urban Dictionary, I think like half the community on there is trolling, and this is why. Here's another free Bisaya lesson. There's a pretty common swear word that gets thrown around a bit. Putangina mo. And I don't know the exact translation, but I do know that it is a pretty strong swear, kind of equivalent to maybe like a fuck here in the United States, right? And we looked up putangina mo on the Urban Dictionary, and it was really funny because one guy was just like, "Oh, it's like a really friendly greeting in Bisaya, actually." Like you can just like walk up to your friend and be like, "Hey, putangina mo," and it's like, no, you cannot. No, you cannot. So, I'm pretty sure Urban Dictionary is just full of anarchists wanting to watch the world burn. Alright. Let's get some highlights on the lips here. The highlights are gonna be really small though. I hope they show up in print. I feel like these stickers are gonna be like really interesting to make because I'm gonna have to find a way to like really balance the way like the size and everything. Man, it's always hype when KK Slider howls in a song, but not gonna lie. One of my favorite KK Slider songs is KK Disco. It honestly might just be my straight up favorite, but it is such a bop. And then we want to put some highlight right here. It's gonna make the shadow underneath a lot stronger. Contact is drying out too. I need to like, I should probably like stop soon. Let me just finish this and I think we'll call it there for today. It's like 1:59 anyways. Alright, so let's see. Man, this is a good one. is this? Oh, this is KK Malanga. I see. Anyways, yeah, so we'll call it just about there for stream. I'm just gonna, like, tweak this a little bit more. But yeah, any announcements? Oh, yes, I should have brought this up at the beginning of stream. Me and Biba, a good friend of mine on the internet, we are going to do an OC speed dating stream where you guys effectively submit your original characters to us, and we will try to pick out from our own cast of OCs, like, who to ship them with. Very fun, very lighthearted kind of stuff. I made a post about it on my Twitter. I should probably, like, post that in more Discord servers that I'm in. But yeah, it's gonna be a real swell time. I think I'm gonna do the stream sometime next week, so that's gonna be really cool. I just gotta coordinate it with Biba. Anything else? Next stream's gonna be Thursday. More art on the horizon as usual. And I think that is just about it. Alright. In any case, thank you guys so much for coming around. Always lovely to have people stop by. Always lovely to ramble and yap and everything. And I think that is just about it. Alright. I'm gonna head to bed. To get my contacts out of my eyes before they, like, fuse to my eyeballs or something. So, have a good night. Love you all. I'll see you next time.